Dynasty Madden Week 9 Golden Pick. But, I mean, I ain't by myself on this one, man. You know, I got my co-host for this show today, Rich215, the owner of the New York Jets, is in the building. What's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Chilling. Just trying to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, how your team playing right now? I mean, y'all definitely on your way there, you know. But let's dive into it. Let's recap, man. Week 8, man. We had a lot of interesting games, man. First up, you know, right off the rip, we got the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers. And the Detroit Lions, man, seem to just be eating 50-piece McNuggets every single week. The Green Bay Packers came out and just was balling on both sides of the ball, securing them a 55-14 victory over the Lions moving into Week 9.
Yeah, I think his running back balled out. He had like 5 touchdowns. I'm trying to keep up with his running back.
Yeah, he definitely balled out. Yeah, he definitely balled out. Next, man, we had the San Francisco 49ers versus the Washington Redskins. Sweet 99 just pretty much came out in this matchup and did his thing in this game. It was a defensive slugfest, but he was able to secure a 13-7 victory over those Washington Redskins, getting him the W going into Week 9.
Yeah, next, I think Sweet, it looked like he struggled a little bit in this game.
Yeah, he definitely did, man. Jimmy G couldn't seem to get things going, man. He just turned the ball over, and his offensive line, man, they got some questions and concerns over there, but he was able to secure the victory, man.
Uh-huh. Who we got next?
Next we got HBO, man, those Dallas Cowboys versus Westside Pablo and New York Giants. This game right here, man, flat out, we knew it was going to be. It was going to be a Joseph Myers show, and he was able to come out and dominate on the offensive side of the ball, securing them a 34-12 victory over the Giants. What was your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, it looked like the Joseph Myers show, but he just got hurt. He out for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what HBO going to do now.
That's some questions we want to figure out, man. Moving on, we got the Bus and the Chicago Bears versus Expert and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game right here was pretty much a playoff caliber game. The atmosphere was live. This was a game that I know Expert and I wanted to win, and he was able to come out and execute, securing them a 24-17 victory over those Bears going into Week 9. What was your thoughts on this one?
I think Expert was able to lock up. I was looking at the stats the other day. He got one of the top defenses in the league, so he was just able to come out and, lock up.
All right, moving on. We had Hamilton and the Minnesota Vikings versus Darkness and the Tennessee Titans. This game right here, man, was just Hamilton basically pretty much coming out, selling the deal, getting them a 28-10 victory over those Tennessee Titans going into Week 9. What's your thoughts on this jump?
Yeah, I ain't really get into the stream that much, but looked like Hamilton just did his thing.
Next up, we had Matty Ice and those Philadelphia Eagles versus the defending Super Bowl champ Eddie and those New Orleans Saints. Taking care of business at home. This right here, in my eyes, can easily be the NFC Championship preview of this season. But, Eddie and his defense seem to do what they do best, man. Make key plays in key situations, and he was able to lock up a 20-14 victory over those Eagles. What was your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I think this might be the Eagles' kryptonite right here. This might be a playoff preview, but I think Eddie got his number.
Uh-oh.
I think he do. It might be the NFC chip game, though, but I think Eddie still got his number.
Put that extra chip on your shoulder, man. See them Eagles to get the job done. Moving on, we had the Schemer and those New England Patriots versus Jay and those Seattle Seahawks. This right here, man, was just like, it was just a one-sided game. The Patriots was able to come out, and demolish the Seattle Seahawks at home, getting them a 30-3 victory over them Seahawks. What was your thoughts on this one?
I wasn't surprised, man. The Schemer, every time I play him, it's a good game. He kind of gave me everything I asked for that last game, so I knew he was going to come out the way he lost that last game and try to get back in the win column.
Gotcha. Moving on, we had Bruce and the Baltimore Ravens versus Tight Work and the Miami Dolphins. I actually was able to tune into this game right here, and this pretty much was Tight Work defense flat out balling. They was calling turnover after turnover after turnover, and the Ravens, in a rainy game, couldn't seem to just get the monkey off their back. Tightrope was able to secure a 27-3 victory going into Week 9. What's your thoughts on this one?
This one of the Tightrope time prove you wrong. Tight work trying to prove you wrong. Trying to prove that he ain't light work.
Yeah, definitely, man. He came out, he was balling out in this game. I ain't gonna lie. He ain't look like light work or loose work in this one, but still, in the whole second half of the season, I'm looking to see what he's going to do. Next up, we had Andy and those LA Chargers versus Tone and the Oakland Raiders. This right here is exactly what it says. Missed opportunities for the Chargers and donuts. You know, Tone was able to secure a 16-0 victory, sending Andy and those LA Chargers home with a hot box of Krispy Kreme donuts. And this game right here was important because every single season, at least two of these teams in this division is, coming out and making a playoff run. So every single division game in this division counts. And this right here could possibly put him behind the pack, causing him his playoff shot. What's your thoughts on this one?
I ain't even tuned in, but I think Nasty Noop got a chance to unveil his special little donut animation for this game. I seen that, John. I started dying in the chat. I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But you want to hopefully he might get some revenge because he played against Nasty Noop this week. So we're gonna see about that.
We're gonna see.
Next up, moving on, we got New York Jets. They played against Skill Trade and the Buffalo Bills, and this was a game that picked last week. Pretty much was an exhibition game. I knew that you was gonna come out and just flat out and ball out, and you proved me right. I mean, securing you a 34-0, another donut on the board, victory over those Buffalo Bills. You know, what was your thoughts on this game? Like, what was your mindset entering this game, even though you was playing up against a struggling Buffalo team? Like, how was you able to keep your level of focus?
I was playing without my starting quarterback, playing without my running back, so I was just trying to put some points on the board, not make no mistakes. And he actually made the first mistake, throwing a pick to Morris Claiborne in the red zone, and then just went downhill from there. I wasn't doing nothing special, though, because I just picked the quarterback up off the practice squad, so I just wanted to move the ball.
Gotcha. You was able to do that, securing you a 34-0 victory, man. That's the recap for Week 8. Now let's dive into these golden picks for Week 9. First up in this Week 9, these golden picks, we got my Cleveland Browns versus Bruce and those Baltimore Ravens. This right here, man, when I played this guy last time, it was just so hard trying to play this game. I think we played at least about, I want to say 5 times, yo. For some reason, man didn't want us to complete a game, But in a little bit of time that I actually got to play him, it was a defensive slugfest. This guy is a defensive mind owner/GM. So my Browns are going to have to figure out in this matchup how to at least, number one, move the ball downfield. Number 2, take care of the ball. And number 3, put points up on the board, because that Baltimore defense is balling right now this season. And it's going to be definitely a tough match. And this one right here, I think this game is to take the lead in the division. So this definitely is a must-win game for both of us if we plan on making the playoff run. What's your thoughts on this matchup right here?
Yeah, this is a big game. Looking at the stats, I know he got one of the best defenses out there. But looking at your stats, I know you got John Ross and Lamar Jackson. So you're going to have to figure out how to put points up on the board without turning the ball over. And he's going to have to figure out how to stop John Ross. For the lead in the division, I can't wait.
Vegas got the Ravens favored in this one by 4.5 points. You know me, man. If you watch any of my shows, I never pick against myself. I'm taking my Cleveland Browns getting a W going into Week 10. What's your pick on this one?
I'm going to go with the Browns only because I don't think he can stop John Ross.
All right, so we both agree on this first game. Next up, moving on, we got Marizi and the Indianapolis Colts versus Expert and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags, man, are coming into this home matchup 7-0, playing like a team on a mission. They took down a tough Chicago Bears team last week with the bus, who was the top tier user in this league. But the number one thing that stands out to me in this matchup with the Jacksonville Jaguars is they enter in this matchup ranked first in the league with defensive points allowed, only giving up 7 points a game. This right here, man, is, I know, a definite game that Expert wants to win, because I remember early on in the cycle when Marizi first came to the league, Expert said that Marizi will not beat him at all this cycle. He said, I don't care who I lose to, Marizi, you will not beat me at all this cycle. So what Marizi's going to have to figure out how to do is entering this matchup. He's going to have to figure out if he's a pretender or a contender. Simple as that. And this is a matchup where he wants to prove that he's able to contend in this division. Because right now, it's only the Jags and SJ North Houston Texans. Like, they basically saying that the Colts are pretty much a doormat. So he's going to have to figure out how to solve that puzzle with these Jacksonville Jaguars and put points up on the board. Because he's averaging right now 14 points a game. That's not going to cut it in this matchup. He's going to have to figure out how to put points up on the board and don't turn the ball over to even make this a game. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, 14 points a game not going to cut it against Expert. I played against him in the playoffs. I know his defense is pretty tough. You got Jalen Ramsey, you got Telvin Smith, Miles Jack, and his pass rush is crazy. So you're going to have to at least score at least 20-something points, 30 maybe, to win this. But I don't think Marizi can do it. I think Expert going to pull this one out.
Vegas got the Jags heavily favored by 14 points, which is a crazy margin. I think Vegas got this one right, man. The Jacksonville Jaguars right now, their defense is flat out balling. But the scariest thing is their offense is starting to catch up with the pace that the defense is playing. That's why this team is very dangerous. Who you got on this game with your pick?
I think Expert going to pull it out. I think he's probably going to win this one by at least 2 touchdowns.
Gotcha. So we both agree on that. Right now, we both locked in with the Browns, and we locked in with the Jags, taking the W's going into Week 9. Next up, we got King Vitamin, the Los Angeles Rams, versus Westside Pablo, the New York Giants. Listen, man, these two guys, both teams got so much talent. The Giants, they lost Odell Beckham, who we might not see play in the DML for at least another 2 seasons. But it's so much talent on both of these rosters, and neither one of these users can seem to get things going. You got King Vitamin out there in Los Angeles throwing picks left to right. You got the Giants, their defense can't seem to stop a lick of nothing. Right in the bottom of every category on the defensive side of the ball. Is this a game where, though, it don't even matter? These guys are just playing for pretty much high draft slot. Like, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think this a poop bowl. And that's what y'all call it, the poop bowl.
Yeah,
shit bowl.
Yeah,
this definitely the shit bowl in this one. King Vitamin, he stole Ngakoue from me, and I thought that was gonna help his pass rush. You got Aaron Donald and Ngakoue. The Giants got Saquon Barkley. They had Odell Beckham, but it's a lot of talent, like you said. I just don't know what's going on with their season.
Vegas got this game, being as though I'm pretty sure if they could pick a favorite, it wouldn't be neither one. But they got the Giants favorite at home by 1.5 points. Looking at the way both of these guys playing, I'm going to have to go with the home team on this. I'm going to take the Giants getting a W going into Week 9. Who you got in this matchup?
I'm going to go with King Vitamin to pull this one out. I think he's going to pull it out. I played him. I know he was struggling versus me, but I think he's going to pull this one out versus the Giants.
Got our first split decision, so both of us went 2 different directions, man. Let's see who's going to prove us wrong. Moving on, we got under 2 rated the Washington Redskins versus Flair and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This right here is another matchup which I don't seem to understand, because coming into this cycle, this Pittsburgh Steelers team was flat out an offensive juggernaut team, and a defense wasn't too bad either. You got one of the best wide receivers in the game, pretty much the best wide receiver in the game with Antonio Brown. You got young Juju Smith-Schuster. You got Le'Veon Bell. Like, the weapons just can go on and on for this Pittsburgh Steelers team. But for some reason, they went from being, a dynasty team to just a dump stock. Then you got the Washington Redskins, who just can't seem to protect Alex Smith to get things going off the side of the ball. Watching both of these guys play this season, man, it's pretty much like I think these stuff was packed up by week 4. I don't think this game right here is going to lock in a lot of views. So what's your thoughts on this one, man?
I don't know how he is struggling with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know how Flair is struggling. He traded away Juju. I don't understand that. Is AB still in the league?
Yeah, I think AB is still in the league.
I think AB's still in the league. I don't know how he's struggling. I mean, I can understand the Washington Redskins, but the Pittsburgh Steelers is one of the best teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I think, let me see. I think I'm gonna take the Redskins to take this one from Flair. So I got underrated in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on this one, too, man. Vegas had the Steelers favored by 4 points, but I definitely think Vegas was definitely high when they put this uh, card up. I'm taking under 2 rated with you, man, getting a W going into week 10. Next up, we got Tone and the Oakland Raiders versus KP and the Kansas City Chiefs. And listen, this right here, boy, this is going to be one of them games you're going to have to tune into. Every time these two guys play, man, it's pretty much pure electrifying. Tone coming off of a good win last week against division mate Andy and those LA Chargers. His defense balled out on a level that you can't even explain how they balled out on it. Came in with 5 interceptions, 6 sacks. But the thing is, Tone can't even celebrate that victory because he's going up against KP and the Chiefs this week, another division mate who's sitting at 6-1. You know, this right here, right now, is a must-win game for the Oakland Raiders. You know, the Chiefs right now, man, KP been out of the chat. He haven't been, talking that much in the chat. This is a team I think right now is flying under a lot of people's radar. You know, they're sitting at 6-1. Right now, got a home game in the playoffs locked in as of right now. But if the Chiefs plan on to continue to win, man, something that stands out that I think Tone is paid a lot of attention to this season is they can't protect Patrick Mahomes, man. This dude been sacked 39 times. You know, in this game, I think Tone is going to have to figure out how to get pressure and continue that pressure on Patrick Mahomes. But I'm telling you, tune into this game is going to be real electrifying. What's your thoughts on this matchup right here?
I ain't sleeping on KP. I know if he could protect Patrick Mahomes, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna win. I got him to win this game. I played him earlier. It must have been a fluke. I blew him out, but I know he a good user. I ain't sleeping on KP. He got like a top 10 offense, averaging like 26 points per game. And I think Patrick Mahomes got 11, 12 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna take KP. I'm gonna say 2 touchdowns on this one. Even though it's a division game, it's gonna be a tough matchup. I'm gonna take KP in this one.
I'm gonna have to split with you on this one, man. I think, from watching these two guys play for 2 seasons, Tone got the formula. Your offensive weapons is only as dangerous as much as the type time that your offensive line gives you. And that way that Kansas City Chiefs offensive line is playing right now, Doug, I can't see him getting his stuff off. I got Tone bringing pressure and getting a W going into week 10. Next up, we got the schemer and the New England Patriots versus tight work in the Miami Dolphins. This right here, man, is another matchup that every game this week, looking at it right now, if you pretty much are in a playoff race, these games count. You got the schemer, both of these guys coming off of impressive wins last week. The schemer blew the brakes off of Jay and those Seattle Seahawks, and Tyreek and the Miami Dolphins blew the brakes off of boosting those Baltimore Ravens. This right here, like I tell people, like I told Marie, this game right here is a must-win to let your division mates know are you a contender or a pretender, and this is a game that this schemer has to win. What's your thoughts on this matchup right here?
I think the schemer gotta win this joint if he want to make the playoffs, or else he gonna fall to 3rd place and he pretty much not gonna make it. Mm-hmm. But playing the schemer, we see twice last year, once this year so far, and playing tight work. My toughest competitor, I'm gonna say the schemer. So I'm gonna go with the schemer. I'm gonna say the schemer on this one. The schemer, he always. I don't know if it's just like my style is not comparable to his. Like he know how to figure out my offense for a little while, and then he just folds. Or I don't know what it is, but I never really blowed him out like that. So I'm gonna go with the schemer to go with this one.
You taking the schemer, the Freddie Jackson of the league over the.
I'm gonna take the schemer, the Freddie Jackson of the league to win this game. I see his team. I looked at his roster. I know he got a good young roster. I'm gonna pick him to take this one.
All right, I'm gonna have to split with you on this one too, man. I think after tight work tuned into move the sticks, man. Like I think the beast probably has woken up. He has some form of motivation. He's sitting at 3-4. He don't have no choice but to win this game. And the way his defense played last week, causing all those turnovers. I think that he's going to bring that same momentum into this game at home, feeding off of that Miami crowd and getting the W going into week 9. Week 8, week 10. Next up, we got Taz and the Detroit Lions versus C-Rob and the Carolina Panthers. The only thing that this Detroit Lions team has been doing for the past couple of weeks is eating McNuggets. You know, they had a total of 107 entering this matchup. I mean, it's time to go on a diet, man. Switch things up. You know, playtime is over. You're getting the Carolina Panther team who flat out pretty much, you know, is trying to make a run to the playoffs. They switch gears. C-Rob, listen, man. You're going up against a defense, dog, that's giving up 31 points per game. You got to enter this matchup aggressive, man. You can't try to come out in this matchup laxy days. You got to come out with your foot on their throat. I mean, these dudes is giving up 31 points per game. Attack their defense and put them numbers up on them. What's your thought on this game?
I think C-Rob gonna come out and I think it's gonna be another 50-piece McNugget, man. I think Cam Newton gonna bomb him with DJ Moore. I think they're gonna take this one home. The offense too explosive. I think he's like 11th in the league so far. Cam Newton got 11 touchdowns. McCaffrey got 500 rushing. DJ Moore damn near halfway to 1,000 yards receiving. I don't think the Lions can stop it.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on this one too, man. I'm going to have to pick the Panthers in this matchup. So the Lions, man, just looking at how their defense is, they can't seem to stop or look at anything, man. You know, offense, I think Stafford threw 9 picks last week. So that's definitely going to be on his conscience in this matchup, and they're on the road. I definitely think that, you know, the Panthers are going to pull this one out. Vegas has them favored by 10.5 points. I think Vegas got this one right, man. I'm taking the Panthers getting a W going into week 10. Next up, we got Nasty Noop and the Atlanta Falcons versus Indy and those LA Chargers. The Chargers last week, man, was on the road against the Raiders, got sent back home, and they flight home. They had 12 boxes of Krispy Kreme donuts, you know, to comfort them on their way back to LA. This right here is a must-win matchup for the LA Chargers. They sitting at 4-3 right now, you know, but you have Tone and those Raiders who just beat them sitting at 4-3 also. If they plan on making the playoffs, they definitely going to have to figure out how to get this W. But number most importantly, what they needed to practice this week is stop turning the ball over. From week 6 up to week 9, this team has thrown a total of 9 interceptions. The O-line can't seem to protect whichever quarterback is back there passing the ball, and things this week don't get even easier. They got Bradley Joe, the DML sack leader, coming into town, and this Atlanta Falcons defense knows how to create pressure. If Nasty Noop and those Atlanta Falcons can figure out how to create pressure, how they've been creating it all season long, this could probably be a long day for the LA Chargers. But the only thing I don't like about this Falcons team is they defense stepped it up a notch, but the offense took a couple steps back. If Nasty Noop could figure out how to get the offense and the defense both going, I definitely think that the Falcons can get this W going into week 10. What's your thoughts on this matchup right here?
Yeah, I think I watched the game last week where him and the Vikings was like a nail biter. He had to pull it out at the end. He do got one of the best defense in the league. They rank like 6th, and then he do got the DML sack leader. His offense though got to be more explosive. You got Julio Jones, Matt Ryan. I think he still got Austin Hooper. Calvin Ridley.
He got Njoku now.
He got Njoku. So that's even worse. The offense you got to give me more than 17th in the league. I still think Nasty Noop going to pull it out though. I tuned into the stream. I seen a couple familiar plays, so I see you watching. But I think Nasty Noop going to pull it out.
Oh, did you just say he taking some out the playbook?
I seen a couple familiar plays. I was like, I know that play. A couple of my plays that I like to run, but I ain't mad at it. We still signing from everybody.
That's it. So who you got going? Who you got getting the W going in the week 10? You got Nasty Noop or you got Andy and those Chargers?
I got Noop. I think his defense is too much for the Chargers.
So we all locked in. Vegas got LA favorite by 3 points. We both agree that Vegas got this one wrong, so we got Nancy and the Atlanta Falcons getting the W going into Week 10. Next up, we got the Titans and Darkness versus JB and the Denver Broncos. This right here, man, looking at both of these guys, these are two users who are totally in the way of themselves. Just flat out like that, man. Both guys got talent on both sides of the ball, but they can't seem to get out of their own way. You know, the Titans, I watched them play multiple times this cycle, and I watched the Broncos play multiple times this cycle, and they be in games, but it just seems like when it gets to a certain point of each game, they just start to unravel. You know, Vegas got the Broncos favored in this game by 7. I'm going to agree with Vegas on this one because the Broncos are home. What's your thoughts on this game right here?
Yeah, this game's tough to pick. They both 1-6. They both struggling. I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to go with the home team in this one.
Now, so we both agree on that. We got the Broncos getting a W going into Week 10. Next up, we got Chef Scooper and the Arizona Cardinals versus Jay and the Seattle Seahawks. Man, looking at the Seattle team, right? Offense is the key struggle point for this team this season, which I find it so hard to believe when you have one of the most explosive wide receivers in the game. Like, I don't understand it, man. Like, dude, if I had that wide receiver, I'm telling you right now, it'd be close.
You don't need that wide receiver. You got John Ross.
I'm telling you right now, it'd be close curtains, man. But if you tuned into the franchise, expert pointed a key thing out about that quarterback, which he asked. And I think you're starting to see it exposed. That 89 throwing power, is that a problem? And
yeah, that throw power will kill you.
Bash, rumors is he's not too happy in Seattle. The Cardinals right now, though, man, is sitting at 3-5. Truth be told, he still has a shot at making the playoffs. I think this game right here, man, Chef Scoop and those Cardinals have to figure out how to lock in this W. You know, stick skill wise, I don't think that Jay and the Seahawks match up with Chef Scoop and the Arizona Cardinals. So I'm taking with my pick, man. I'm taking the Cardinals getting a W, trying to make a playoff run for that last wild card slot. What's your pick?
Right now, I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I think he might actually, I'm a hot take right here. I think he can actually steal the division from Sweet 9-9 if he go on a run. If he go on a run, he still got to play the 49ers twice. So I think he might be able to steal the division and sneak into the playoffs. But let me see. Yeah, I think he's going to win it. I'm going to say by at least 10 points.
Dang. Vegas has the game favorite by 9. You say 10. So we both agree that Chef Scooper going to get the W going into Week 10. Next up, we got SJ and the Houston Texans versus the Bucs and the Chicago Bears. The Bucs last week, man, took, a tough L to the Jacksonville Jaguars. But that game, man, you seen sparks from the Chicago Bears team that potentially possibly could be a contender to play in the Super Bowl. But then you seen the turnover bug creep up into Trubisky's helmet, into his mind, and he just start turning the ball over left to right, forcing it. The bus, we talked last show, man. Listen, load everybody up on that bus, man, with a full tank of gas, and do what you know how to do. Run your team, run the rock to your victories, man. Stop forcing the ball. Stick to what you know best, man. That's running that rock, grounding and pounding. SJ's coming off a bye week. I think he's sitting at 4-3 right now. So he's right where he want to be. This right here, though, we're in the second half of the season. So how the AFC, last two spots, I'm going to say from the top spot, let's say from the second spot on down, it's tight. You still undefeated. You got KP sitting at 6-1, and I think experts still undefeated also. So it's only 1 or 2 games that's separating each slot, But this right here, in my opinion, is a must-win for SJ if he plan on, securing a playoff spot out there in the AFC. Because right now, every single W counts in the AFC. The NFC is a little bit wide open. But the AFC, man, is so tight right now that every win counts. I definitely think, SJ is going to figure out how to cause turnovers in this game and potentially get the W going in week 9. What's your thoughts?
I think this is a must-win for SJ because he on the bubble. He's 4-3. Mm-hmm. I think a couple of teams is right behind him for that 6th spot, that 6th wild card spot. But I think SJ going to pull this one out because he got the 10th ranked defense in the DML. He got one of the best users in the game with Gru J. Hill from the Eagles. He got Clowney, Tyrann Mathieu, J.J. Watt, and his offense is what it is. He got DeAndre Hopkins. He got, what's the quarterback name? Deshaun Watson? Deshaun Watson. I think in order for him to win the game, he just gotta play good defense and outscore him. If the bus want to win, you gotta load everybody on that bus, like you said. So far, I think SJ averaging, he allowing almost 100 yards a game on the ground. So that might be the formula right there for him.
Okay. Vegas got the bus favorite by 4.5 points. We both said that we think SJ gonna get the W going into week 10. So the bus, man, if you want to get that W, you heard what we said. Who was wrong? Load everybody up on that bus, man. Run your way to that victory in the week 10. Moving on, we got Sweets 9-9 and those San Francisco 49ers versus Matty Ice and the Philadelphia Eagles. This right here, man, could possibly be another playoff matchup that we see later on down the road. Sweets 9-9 last week, we both talked about his recap. He struggled, a big part of that struggle where those INTs was created was because they couldn't protect Jimmy G. Entering this matchup, he has to have a complete different mindset on protecting him because he's going to Philadelphia where them guys out there know how to get after the quarterback. Switching gears. Last week, we both watched Matty Ice play against the New Orleans Saints. He damn near played, in my eyes, a perfect game, but at a crucial point in that game, he threw a crucial interception. And the Saints was without AK-47. I think watching Matty Ice play against Sweets 9-9, I think that he has the formula to beat this San Francisco 49ers team. So I think he's going to get after Jimmy G, cause turnovers, and feed off that Philadelphia home crowd energy, get the W going in the week 10. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
I think in order for Matty Ice to win this game, he gotta just play his game. He got the best offense in the game right now, according to DMO, and then he got a top ranked defense. But in order for the 49ers to win this game, I think he just gotta hand that rock to Jerick McKinnon, because Addy 5 last week was running the ball pretty well without AK-47, so I think that might be his key to winning the game. I'm going to go ahead and pick Matty Ice to win this one, though. I don't think the 49ers could run the ball effectively against that front in Philly.
So we both agree on that. Vegas has the Eagles favorite by 4.5. We all agree that the Eagles going to get the W going into week 10. Next up, we got the defending Super Bowl champs, Addy 5 and those New Orleans Saints versus T-Pain and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This pretty much right here is going to be an exhibition game. Vegas clearly thinks that it's going to be a blowout because they have the Saints heavily favored by 21 points. I think Vegas, I ain't even going to spend no time on this pick. I think the Saints offense is going to come out and blow the hinges right off this door from start to finish, getting a W going in week 10. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think the Saints going to win this one. I mean, I know y'all see me in the chat saying he got the best offense in the league. I know the stats don't say it right now. The stats say he third, but he got the best offense in the league. I don't think the Bucs can stop him. I don't really want to go too much into that. It's no need to.
So we both agree on that. We got 85 and those Saints getting the W going into week 10. I'm your host, OG Chris Murray. My co-host, Rich215. Man, I appreciate you jumping on the show, man.
Anytime.
Y'all just got our golden picks for week 10. Tune into the next show. We out.